And welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new here, and then just welcome. My name is Rusty, and this is my channel, where I talk about my favorite movies, mostly horror, and my favorite music, mostly metal. And welcome to my August 2024 collection update. This is where I show off my upgrades and new acquisitions to my film collection. So everything presented here is items that I purchased and received in the month of August 2024. So as usual, we will begin with our upgrades. Voila. Not a whole lot of upgrades this time. I actually had more new acquisitions than upgrades, but we are going to begin, of course, with Red Dawn. This is the original Red Dawn. I actually don't care at all for the remake. This is Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson, Charlie Sheen, Jennifer Grey, you know, all of the Brat Pack. Well, a lot of the Brat Pack. Present and accounted for. This is the, there's the DVD that I had. Unless my new upgrade comes with a DVD combo, I will keep my old Blu-ray. I'll keep my old DVD. Put it in a slip, and there we go. Red Dawn. I absolutely adore this film. It is amazing. And here we have, I upgraded Maleficent. Now, I already had the Blu-ray, but, this 4K was alright. I am not much into what, if you've been around this channel, I am not really much into what they call family films or kiddie films, but there are quite a few that I like, and Maleficent is one of them. I really, really like Maleficent. And yeah, so this is the 4K and Blu-ray combo. So I gave away my Blu-ray. Very, very nice. Another one for the 4K set collection. This is Parker. Upgraded one of my Jonathan Statham DVDs. Saw it. Wanted it. Got it. It's Jason Statham. Doing Jason Statham things. And this is Jennifer Lopez. So J-Lo and Jason Statham. I really like Parker. I think it's a really good movie. Fun, action, cool. This is Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson doing Liam Neeson things. They're very much alike. Their movies are very much alike. It's Jason Statham doing Jason Statham things, and it's Liam Neeson doing Liam Neeson things, and yet I buy them. So I had the DVD of this, and now I have the Blu-ray DVD combo of this, so upgraded that for my Liam Neeson collection. This is Cate Blanchett and the Dame Judi Dench in Notes on a Scandal. This is a fantastic movie. What an evil, evil, psychotic old lady. But then again, she was doing the naughty. And, yeah, so she definitely paid for it. Great movie. Leonardo DiCaprio. Who's that? Jennifer Connelly. In Blood Diamond. It's good. I like it. I like it well enough to upgrade it to Blu-ray. Oh yes, it's Smokey and the Bandit 40th anniversary edition. Burt Reynolds and Sally Field. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. I love Smokey and the Bandit. The second one I didn't like as much. The elephant. It was alright, but it wasn't near as funny as the first one. And the third one, the only thing that saves the third one is Jackie Gleason, because he's still hilarious in it. I do have the box set of all 3 of them on DVD over there. But now I've got the Blu-ray for the one that really matters, and that is this. And that does it. See, I told you there wasn't very many upgrades. So now we will move on to new acquisitions. There we go. These are Blu-rays and DVDs. This magnet film actually worked. I have stopped buying magnet films after this month. This is one of the ones I ordered in August that actually worked. I don't know what to say. I've stopped buying them until I figure out why this is the only company of all of my collection that will not play. A great deal of the Blu-rays that I buy from Magnet do not play. They just go to the loading screen and they never go past it. So until I discover, and I have talked to them, to actual Magnet. We have been having an email discussion. They're doing some quality control checks at their warehouse. I gave them all of the information, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, this is Sacrament. This is one of Eli Roth's early films. Or, well, I mean, he presents it. Who was it? Was it Eli Roth? Eli Roth presents it, but is this Ty West? I think I messed that all up. Yes. See, I kind of knew, but I got him all mixed up. Eli Roth presents it, but this is one of Ty West's first films. It's basically a more horror-centric version of the Jonestown Massacre. It pretty much kind of really goes, you know, if you know the story of the Jonestown Massacre, this is it, but it's, you know, there are some horror liberties taken to make it more scary and more horror-centric. So, yeah. Great movie. This is Sushi Girl. Wicked, wicked movie. I really, really like this movie. Truly a diabolical treat. Yes, it was. So. If you haven't heard of it, you should go watch the trailer. It is extremely interesting. I picked these up for my little action collection. Quentin Tarantino Presents. We have The Protector. And we have The Protector 2. So I got both of them. I do like my action. I'm not like super into like martial arts. I like the other kind of action. But at the same time, I'm okay with them if I find good ones. And both of these are extremely kicky slap. Kicky slap. It's the man from U.N.C.L.E. Superman himself. So we have the man from U.N.C.L.E. I know it's kind of cheesy, but you know, it's good. It's fun. It's a fun little James Bond type movie. I finally got these. This is The Dead and its sequel, The Dead 2. This is zombie movies, of course. If you have them, let me know what you think about them. But I definitely was like, ooh, there's a hole in my zombie collection. You know, I need these. Both of them are like, you know, really, really, really good. The extended director's cut. This is the Nymphomaniac box set. Volume 1 and 2. Now you may be asking, knowing me, why in the fuck would I have this movie? Well, it's because, you know, a couple of people told me it's not what you think. You know, I thought it was just like some weirdo soft porn hetero thing, and it kind of is, but at the same time, it's more of a psychotic you know, more of a psychotic look into the mind of this crazy psychotic nymphomaniac girl. And so I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it, you know. And I did like it, you know, and the only reason I really got it was because Shia LaBeouf is in it too. And you know, if I'm gonna have to see someone naked, it might as well be Shia LaBeouf. This is a newer movie. This is one of Mel Gibson's newer movies. The Road to Redemption is Twisted. So you have Mel Gibson, Willa Fitzgerald, and it's Lionsgate, right? Lionsgate is doing this for some reason because now this is the second one. I think y'all saw in a previous update that I got freaked out because it's a DVD case. They put their Blu-ray DVD combos into Blu-ray cases now. I don't know what's up with Lionsgate doing that, but this is the second one that they have sent that's been in a DVD case. It's very, I don't know, I guess they're trying to be different or something. It's very weird. And moving on, we have Kurt Russell, An Executive Decision. Definitely wanted to, you know, this is one of his older movies. So yes, I definitely wanted to have this in my collection. It's the, you know, airplane hijack thing. So yes. Oh man, I'm very, very glad to get this. Now, you probably may have heard, you know, in the past how the Charlton Heston I call it the Holy Heston trilogy. That is Planet of the Apes, The Omega Man, and Soylent Green are three of the best sci-fi movies ever made on this planet, is those three movies. And this is the movie that he was watching in The Omega Man. You know, he's all alone, hasn't seen another soul for years, and you see him go to the theater where he watches Woodstock. This, of course, there's been 3 editions of this release. This is the latest one and the final one. Woodstock, the director's cut, 3 Days of Peace and Music. The director's cut, of course, is hugely extended from that version that he was watching in The Omega Man. So you have like a bunch of extra, you got 2 extra discs full of extra performances and extra interviews and scenes. And you have a hugely extended cut of the original movie. So this, I am very, very happy. I am such a hippie. I love hippie music, you know, from Creedence Clearwater Revival to Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, all of them, you know. So this is very fun and very cool to have on Blu-ray. Woodstock, 3 Days of Peace and Music. What is this? Oh, it's one of those silly, ridiculous 1980s action movies with the, you know, it's just a TNA action movie is what it is. Day of the Warrior. Oh, lethal ladies are back. Yeah, and so is all the bare-chested guys as well. But this is one of those that's kind of equal with the nudity, so I do like these ridiculously cheesy movies. Greg Sadakis, or is that his name? Something like that? Greg Adakis or something. Greg Salat. I don't know what his name is, but he made a bunch of these, and so I pick them up when I can find them. This is, of course, Russell Crowe in Poker Face. Now, this is a film by him. He produced it and all. It's got one of the Hemsworths in it. Liam. So, it's a really cool little action thriller where he poisons them all, brings them to a poker, you know, they're all super rich and they're all like crooked, and he brings them all into his condo, only to then advise them that he has poisoned them and that they, you know, it's some kind of blackmail thing. He has poisoned them, but unfortunately he doesn't get to have all the fun that he wants because some rivals, let's say, pick that night to attack his condo. And so not only are they all poisoned and on their way to death, but now they have to fight along with him this rival gang that has broken in on them and is going to kill them. For my Bond collection, we have GoldenEye. This was an upgrade. I did have this DVD. So this is GoldenEye. Yeah, see, I had the DVD. So I've got GoldenEye on Blu-ray now for my Bond collection. And I was so glad to get this. This is on Her Majesty's Secret Service. This is one of the early Bond films. This one is after Sean Connery left, and he refused to do that last, the last one on his contract, and so they brought this guy in who is so cool. He was not an actor. A little bit of trivia about this movie. He was not an actor. He was a model. That's right. He was just a straight up model. A men's model, very popular men's model at that time, and he had never done a movie before, and I guess one of the producers, directors and stuff really hammered him and talked him into doing this film, and he did do this film, but strangely enough, he had one caveat, and that is he agreed to do this film if they never asked him to do another. And he would not be in any other movies. He would do this one movie, but he did not want to be an actor, and yet he is so fucking good in this movie. So he did this one movie, but he had to make them promise not to ask him to do another Bond. He was not going to be the new Bond, and so they had to agree to that, or he wasn't going to do it. And we get On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is one of my favorite Bond movies. It's in the top 5 of my favorite Bond movies, especially since I can't stand Roger Moore. So I loved having this on Blu-ray for my Bond collection. This is Disorganized Crime. Lou Diamond Phillips. It's an action comedy. I really wanted this. So that was cool when I saw it. This is a cool movie called Colonia. And Emma Watson, where she has to go and try to rescue her boyfriend from a Nazi cult. These are Nazis that escaped the war. And they now have this underground cult, and her boyfriend is kidnapped and taken there, and she has to go there to try to infiltrate and rescue him. Okay. So we are now going to move on to some more. These are newer releases. Movies that are more recently released. We have It's a Wonderful Knife, which I have already done a video on. I absolutely love this movie. Abigail. I already did a video on this as well. Loved this movie. And this is Sting, and I already did a video on that too. So I try to pick up a few of the more brand new releases every month, along with all of my back catalog to upgrade, and movies that I've never had that may not be as new. But I do try to grab some of the more recent some of the more recent releases. And this also, here we have Deer Camp 86. yet another film that I already did a video on. So I really liked my new releases that I got in August, because I've already done celebration discussion videos on each and every one of them. I absolutely adored Deer Camp. It is so good. It is hilarious. And if you go and watch the video, you'll notice someone in the chat with us. That person is him. The guy who plays Buck actually showed up and was in the chat with us for the premiere of my video discussion on this. And he liked it, he approved it, and he loved my review. Even though I called him fat. Because he is, you know, or he was in the movie. So, yeah, it was a weird situation because I did not expect a star of the movie. Where is he? Him. Buck. So he actually came to the premiere of my discussion video on this, and you can see him in the chat. He actually said hey to us and gave his approval. Now we're moving on, of course, to boutiques and special releases. I am so glad to have Orca, the Killer Whale. Orca is my second favorite of this type of movie behind Jaws. Everybody, of course, says Orca's a ripoff, but I don't. I understand that, but Orca is a lot different. After all, Jaws isn't like a sentient beast that was after Brody, you know, but in this one, this is one pissed off whale that is after Richard Harris. It was fucked up when Bo Derek gets her leg bit off in that. I mean, I just love this movie, and the final showdown at the end was absolutely amazing. So I love Orca. I had to pay like $30 for this, but it's only going to get more expensive, I guess, unless some other boutique does a new remaster of it. So this is Scream Factory. What is this? Blue Underground. This is Blue Underground's remaster of The Prowler. Classic slasher for my slasher collection. I'm really glad to have this. This was cool to get. I really feel accomplished in filling in this hole in my collection. This is the MVD Rewind collection of Killzone. I love this cheesy 80s, you know, war action, war drama thing. So, you know, I got the MVD Rewind collection, which means it comes with a poster and everything like that, which all of these do from this set. And we have Scream Factory's remaster of Death Valley. This is the horror slasher Death Valley. Very glad to have it as well. This is the Scream Factory Special Edition. Blu-ray and DVD combo. Very nice. Oh, and we have the Criterion Collection. This is the Criterion Collection release of Lord of the Flies. Got it brand new in the wrapper. Beautiful booklet with lots of info on the movie and the filming. Stuff like that. Some great special features in this. And of course the movie is glorious. The reason I went looking for it to get it was because last month, in last month's update, you saw that I got Olive Films' remaster of the remake of Lord of the Flies, which I love as Bizarre Getty. This is the original. And yeah, I got the Criterion Collection of Lord of the Flies. So that was cool as hell. And finishing it off, we have, this is number one for me. When people ask me what is the scariest movie, the scariest horror movie to me ever made in my lifetime, that I have seen, and this is it. This is Fear No Evil. Fear No Evil, for some reason, scared the absolute traumatic fuck out of me. And it always has. It's always a very unnerving watch. It is one of the best horror movies ever. And this is number one, in case I ever do a list sometime, which I should. You know, we can do little lists. Collectors love to do lists, and people like watching lists. I like watching lists. So, yeah, I should do that sometime, like the top 20 horror movies of all time. But this would be number one. Nothing has touched it since. Maybe it was the time. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was my age. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But it scared me more than any other horror movie has ever scared me. And that was Fear No Evil. I just was traumatized by it. This is the 4K, which actually I thought I was just buying the regular Blu-ray remaster. This is Severin, this is maybe the third Severin film I even have. But this is the Severin 4K remaster of Cemetery Man. It does come with the Blu-ray. So you have the 4K and the Blu-ray of Cemetery Man. I didn't even know that I had grabbed the 4K until I opened the package. So it was unintentional, but there it is. I've got it if ever, want it. This is Kino Lorber. Yes, Kino Lorber. This is Veronica Guerin, another movie with Cate Blanchett. I really wish you guys would do The Gift. Because I can't even find a Blu-ray for The Gift. But I love Cate Blanchett. She's one of my favorite actresses. And this is the Kino Lorber remaster of Veronica Guerin. So that's pretty cool. This is Hammer Films, Straight On Till Morning. This is the one that they said, they took a big departure and did something different. It's one of the most different of the Hammer Films horror collection. And that is Straight On Till Morning from like 1972 or 74 or something like that. This is the Scream Factory release remaster of Hammer Films Straight On Till Morning. I really, really like this movie. And it's, I'm not going to go into the Hammer thing because people will get pissed. This is Gary Oldman and Dennis Hopper. This is Chattahoochee. This is a fantastic, fantastic movie. This is from Olive Films. This is an Olive Films remaster. Chattahoochee. I grew up being threatened with Chattahoochee. Everyone in this area grew up being threatened with Chattahoochee because the mental institution, Chattahoochee, is just right over there. So just northeast of us, if you go up there, you can go to Chattahoochee. So of course when I was a kid, anytime anybody acted crazy or anytime anybody acted weird, you weren't threatened with it. You were threatened to be sent to Chattahoochee or the Mariana Boys Home. Which, there was a big, huge scandal about that place too. Look it up, documentary. Jackson County, Mariana Boys School. But this is Chattahoochee. It's the kind of true story of the guy who was put in there for showing his ass. And the conditions were so horrible. And he's the one that, after many, many years of being locked up in there, got a lot of stuff changed. So yeah, this is Olive Films, Chattahoochee, Gary Oldman, and Dennis Hopper, who was fantastic in this movie. Frances McDormand is fantastic in this movie as well. M. Emmett Walsh is in it, and Ned Beatty is in it. Not very much though, but yeah. So, wow, that caused a sunburn, didn't it? And this is... Who did this? Oh, this is MVD Visual. So this is MVD's remastering of Steve Coogan and 24-Hour Party People. All about, the punk rock, Sex Pistols, all of that kind of stuff. So, very glad to have that. And that does it. There was all of my special boutiques. 4K of Cemetery Man. We have Lord of the Flies, Death Valley, Killzone, The Prowler, Orca, and some new releases to go along with it. Like I said, I always try to grab a few new releases to go with all of my looking up, filling in holes. That's all collectors do. We fill in holes. We look through our collection and we fill in holes. Never, ever think that a collector cannot find a bunch of shit to buy, because we can. I don't think any of us would ever be happy till we owned every fucking movie ever made that we liked. So, I will see you in the next thing that I do. I'm going to do a couple of boutique collections. I don't have a lot of boutique films. Boutiques are not a big percentage of my movie collection, but I'm going to show off, I'm going to spotlight some boutiques, my boutique collections, and yeah, we'll do that. And I will see you in the next thing I do. Love you, miss you. Bye-bye. Always remember and never forget, you are a very, very special person. See any of these you like? See any of these you have? Have a collection update video of your own? I would love to see it. Bye-bye. See you in the next.